Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the 4th week of the August month. The session will be quite interesting and important, students, so stay tuned with us till the end. Although students, we upload the daily current affairs video at 5 a.m. in the morning. These videos are very beneficial for all the students who are preparing for competitive exams. So do watch these videos regularly. Apart from them, monthly videos are also uploaded, right? That will help you to give a gist of all the things that happened in that particular month. And then we have topic wise videos. These topic wise videos give you an overview about the particular topic of that month, and then shorts, and we have quizzes, we have PDFs, we have everything that will be benefiting you in your competitive exam. So stay tuned with us, students. Let's start with the content. First is pick out the correct statement regarding the recent visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Bihar and West Bengal in August 2025. If we look at the options here, students, all these three options, they are rightly mentioned. PM Modi dedicated multiple development projects worth 13,000 crore rupees at Gaya, Bihar in sectors such as power, road, health, urban development. Then he also inaugurated and laid the foundation stone worth over 5,200 crore rupees, and that included a newly built 13.61 kilometer metro network in Kolkata and a 6-lane elevated expressway. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the approval of Income Tax Act of 2025 by President Draupadi Murmu ma'am in August 2025. If we look at the options here, which all the options are rightly mentioned, we have to find the correct statement. A is right and C is right, B is wrong. B is saying that the new law introduced an annual basic exemption limit of 15 lakh rupees with refined slab arrangements for middle income tax payers. Is it right? No. The new law introduced an annual basic exemption limit of not 15 lakh rupees but 12 lakh rupees with refined slab arrangements for middle income tax payers. That means any individual who is earning 12 lakh rupees in a particular year, he don't have to pay tax. That means if a husband and a wife, they both are making 1 lakh rupees each, their net household income becomes 2 lakh rupees and they do not have to pay any income tax on it. So it is a game changer. Now option B is also right. Next, who chaired the two high-powered groups of secretaries, technocrats and economists constituted by the government of India in August? So these two high-powered groups, they were chaired by whom? Chaired by Rajiv Gauba, right? He's a full-time member of Niti Aayog. Correct? Take a note of it. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the approval of the promotion and regulations of online gaming bill 2025 by President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am. If we look at the options here and we have to find the correct statement, only option A is right, B is wrong, C is wrong. A is saying that the bill aims to promote esports and online social games while prohibiting the harmful online money gaming services that they provide, the advertisement and related financial transactions. So A is right. B is saying offering online money gaming services will be punishable with imprisonment of up to 3 years and fine of up to 2 crore rupees or both. So yes, imprisonment up to 3 years and fine up to 1 crore rupees or both. Now B is also right. C is saying that advertising online money games will be punishable with imprisonment of up to 2 years and a fine of up to 1 crore rupees, right? Is it so? So here the change will be that not 2 years but 3 years and a fine up to 1 CR or both. Now all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, name the country that officially joined the India-led IBCA. What is IBCA? India Big Cat Alliance, right? This protects this IBCA. What is the job of this IBCA? It is to protect 7 species of the big cats, right? And which country has recently officially joined this IBCA? So the country that joined the IBCA recently is Nepal, right? And now there are 13 members including India in this IBCA. Next, Next is the Department of Food and Public Distribution under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. They have signed a letter of intent with which organization? This letter of intent was signed with United Nations World Food Program in Delhi to supply 2 lakh metric tons of fortified rice over the next 5 years. Right? Take a note of this, students. So it is United Nations World Food Program. Next, name the organization that launched India's first comprehensive national guidelines and standard operating procedures for animal blood transfusion and blood banks in August 25, aimed at bridging a critical gap in the emergency animal healthcare. So name that organization. It is the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Right? Take a note of it. Then apart from this, students, recently, if I ask you, Punjab National Bank, they have partnered with which force in order to offer the enhanced insurance and benefits under the Rakshak Plus scheme. So it was with CRPF. Then apart from this, State Bank of India, they have opened a center of excellence and it is for MSMEs. Right? And where was this? This was at their Gurugram Academy branch. Right, students? Moving on, which organization has launched India's first learning accelerator in August in collaboration with Indian Institute of Technology Madras, aimed at empowering the educators, students with AI tools and training? So, which organization launched India's first learning accelerator? It was by OpenAI. Who is the CEO of OpenAI? Sam Altman. And the wave that of AI we are seeing was initially brought by OpenAI when they launched their ChatGPT. Correct. Take a note of this, students. Apart from this, OpenAI, they have committed $500,000 to IIT Madras to conduct long-term research on the influence of AI on teaching practices, learning outcomes, and cognition. Next, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, they in collaboration with National Technology Center for Ports, Waters and Coasts and Dash and the Chennai Port Authority, they have launched a marathon, that is a maritime hackathon in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. What happens in a hackathon? A problem statement or multiple problem statements are given and various teams, various startups, they work on these problem statements, right? They find solution for the problem statement and the team or the startup that gives the best problem statement or the solution for that problem, right? They are being awarded here, they are being selected, and even further these startups or the teams are funded for that particular project. So Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, they have signed this. They are in collaboration with National Technology Center for Port, Waterways and Coast along with IIT Madras and Chennai Ports Authority for this marathon. And where was this held? This was held in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Moving on, students. Next is who will chair the third high-level committee constituted by the Government of India to commemorate 150th birth anniversaries of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and Birsa Munda and the 100th birth anniversary of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So who will be chairing the high-level committee for these three committees that has been established? This committee will be chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Moving on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Gujarat from 25th to 26th of August to inaugurate Leh Foundation and dedicate various development projects that are worth 5,400 crore rupees at Ahmedabad and Hansalpur in Gujarat. Question asked is which of the following statement are correct here? We will look at the option here. All these three options, they are rightly mentioned. Next, mark the correct statement regarding a 3-day official visit of Fijian Prime Minister Siteveni Rabuka to India in August. So if we look at the options here, which of the following are rightly mentioned? A is right and B is right. C is wrong. C is saying that MOU was signed between FICCI and Fiji Commerce and Employees Federation to enhance economic and commercial cooperation. Is it so? So remember here, the MOU was signed not from India, it was not FICCI. From India, it was CII and it is FCEF, that is your Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation. So they two organizations sign an MOU to enhance economic and commercial cooperation. Next, which ministry has launched India's first national biofoundry network and biotechnology for economy, environment and employment challenge for youth in August 25 in New Delhi? See here, you can see this bio E3. What is this? E3 stands for economy, environment and employment. Right, and bio is your biotechnology. So which ministry launched the India's first national biofoundry network and Biotechnology for Economy, Environment and Employment Challenge for Youth in August 2025. So which is this ministry we are talking about? It is the Ministry of Science and Technology. There is a theme also, students, that you need to remember here. Theme being design microbes, molecules and more. I repeat, design microbes, molecules and more. This is the theme here. Next, in August, the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi approved the restructuring and extension of Prime Minister Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi scheme, that is PM Swanidhi scheme, till what? So it has been extended till 2030. Right? Take a note of this scheme. This is a central sector scheme that was launched on 1st of June 2020. Which is the ministry here? It is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs that launched it. Correct? And now it has been extended till 2030. What was the earlier deadline here? It was 31st of December 2024 and now it has been extended to what? 31st of December 2030. Right? So not 31st December but 31st of March 2030. Next, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi approved 4 projects of the Ministry of Railways. What is the total worth of these projects? So these 4 projects that were approved here, they are total worth 12,328 crore rupees, and these railway projects are where they are approved by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Cabinet, Union Cabinet. One more thing, remember students, our country India, we are now betting, or we have given the proposal to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games. It will be hosted where? It is planned to be hosted in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and we have submitted our proposal for the same. Let's see how this plays out. Next, mention the name of the project that was launched by NHAI, that is National Highway Authority of India, in partnership with the Vertis Infrastructure Trust to support the higher education of children of toll plaza employees with scholarships, mentorships and skill building initiative. So mention the name of the project that was launched by NHAI. It is Project Arohan. Project Arohan. Right? Take a note of this, and it is NHAI. They have launched this Project Arohan in partnership with Vertis Infrastructure Trust. This Project Arohan, this is basically a scholarship scheme, right, with the aim to support higher education of children of toll plaza employees. Next, name the head of the 21-member National Designated Authority formed by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change in August to implement and regulate India's carbon emissions trading systems under the Paris Agreement Article 6 framework. So, name the head of the 21-member National Designated Authority formed by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It will be headed by Tanmay Kumar, right? And this is a 21-member committee that you need to remember. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the 11-year completion of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana in August 2025. If we look at the options here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned here. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the report annual survey of industries for the period April 23 to March 24 that is published by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So we have to find the correct statement. Among the following, if we see which of the following are rightly mentioned, none of them are rightly mentioned here. See, if we look at the option here, Tamil Nadu ranked first in gross value added. Is it so? No, not Tamil Nadu, but it is Maharashtra that has secured the top position in the gross value added. Then Gujarat topped the list in the number of factories. Is it so? No, it is not Gujarat. It is Tamil Nadu that has secured the top position in the maximum number of factories. Then Maharashtra topped in the fixed capital category. Is it so? No, again, it is not Maharashtra that topped in the fixed capital category. It is Gujarat that has topped in the fixed capital category. So these 3 options were wrong and now we have corrected them. Next, mention the forum that collaborated with Air India mission under MEITY to launch the India AI in Action podcast series in August, aimed at highlighting AI-driven solutions by the Indian startups. So, name the forum that collaborated with India AI. It is Startup Policy Forum. Take a note of it. Correct? So, this Startup Policy Forum in collaboration with India AI mission, right, that is under MEITY, they have launched India AI in Action, and it is a podcast series where the focus will be on talking about AI, its use cases, the challenges that we will be facing in this industry and the impact that it will have. Next, Satcom Industry Association India, they have signed a memorandum of understanding with which organization to deepen the cooperation in electronics, space, satellite communication technologies. So Satcom Industry Association India, they signed this MOU with Electronic Industry Association of the Philippines Incorporation. Right, the aim here is to basically focus on joint research, innovation, research and development, and product development in the areas such as satellite communication, embedded systems, IoT devices, space electronics, and so on. Moving on, identify the correct statement regarding the Unified District Information System for Education Plus, that is UDIS Plus. This is an online platform where the teachers have all the data registered, right? So this UDIS report was released for academic year 24-25, released by Ministry of Education. If we look at the options, which of the following are rightly mentioned? So option A is right, B is right, and C is also rightly mentioned here. Moving on, students. Next is the National Commission for Women. They have released the National Annual Report and Index on Women's Safety, that is NARI 2025 was released. So this question can be asked that NARI 2025 was released by which organization? It is NCW, that is the National Commission for Women. They have released this NARI 2025. Question asked is which of the following cities is not listed in the top 5 safest Indian cities for women in 2025 as per the report. So which of the following cities is not listed in the top 5 here? It is Ranchi, that is not listed in the top 5 safest Indian cities for the women in 2025. So which is on top? It is in Kohima, then Vishakhapatnam of Andhra Pradesh, Kohima of Nagaland, then after Vishakhapatnam it is Bhubaneswar, that is in Odisha, after it is Aizwal from Mizoram, and Gangtok from Sikkim. These are the top 5 safest cities in India. Next, which country was elected as the chairman of the executive board of the Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development by securing the highest number of votes during the 23rd edition of the AIBD General Conference held in August in Phuket, Thailand? So, which country was elected as the chairman of the executive board of the Asia Pacific Institute? Name that country. Our country, India, was elected here as the chairman of the executive board of AIBD, right? And this was during the 23rd AIBD General Conference. Remember this also. Currently, our country, India, we hold the position of president of AIBD General Conference since 2022, that ended last month in August 2025. There is a theme also for this 23rd AIBD General Conference, students, that is media for people, right? Peace and prosperity. This is the theme here that you need to remember. Moving on, mention the country with which our country, India, signed an MOU to bolster the technical cooperation in agriculture and allied sectors, including livestock. So it is with Bhutan. Next, in August, where did multilateral exercise, that is exercise Bright Star, held, which saw the participation of more than 700 personnel from the Indian Armed Forces and the Headquarter Integrated Defence Staff? So, where did the multilateral exercise Bright Star took part or was held? It was held in Egypt. Next, identify the bank which signed an MOU with National Small Industries Corporation, that is NSIC, to enhance the credit access for MSMEs, aiming to enhance the access to comprehensive financial and digital solutions. So identify the bank which signed this MOU here. It is IndusInd Bank. Which is it? It is IndusInd Bank. Next, Government of India appointed Goldman Sachs as the sole transaction advisor for the divestment stake of 4 public sector banks. Which are these banks? Indian Overseas Bank, Central Bank of India, UCO Bank, and Punjab and Sindh Bank. Next, what type of license was granted to Aditya Birla Digital Limited by RBI in August 25? So, what type of license was granted? It is your payment aggregator license. Option 3 is right here. Right, this payment aggregator license, as a licensed payment aggregator, here Aditya Birla Capital Digital Limited, they will empower the merchants and e-commerce platforms to securely accept and process online payment. That means they can receive and send payments to the merchants. Next, identify the bank that partnered with Bharat Pay in August to launch India's first EMI-driven credit card, which will operate on the RuPay network. So, which is that? It is your Unity Small Finance Bank, and it will be operating on which network? It will be on the RuPay network. Next, according to the August 2025 issue of the EY Economy Watch released by EY, that is Ernst & Young in August, India could become the world's second largest economy in terms of purchasing power parity by which year? It will be by the year 2038, right? And it is an estimated that by 2038 GDP in terms of purchasing power parity will be $34.2 trillion. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the Professional Footballers Association Award announced by August. So, if we look at the option here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, who was appointed as the new Deputy National Security Advisor by the Government of India? So, who was appointed as the new Deputy National Security Advisor? So, Anish Dayal. Take a note of this. He has been appointed here as the Deputy National Security Advisor. And he will be reporting to whom? National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. Next, who was appointed as the new Vice President and Chief Risk Officer of the New Development Bank for a period of 5 years? So, Dr. Rajiv Ranjan, right, was appointed as the new Vice President and Chief Risk Officer of the New Development Bank for a period of 5 years. Take a note of this, students, right? And he is expected to assume his role at the New Development Bank in September 2025. Next, for a period of how many years was renowned economist Dr. Urjit Patel appointed as the Executive Director representing India at IMF by ECC? So, for a period of how many years was renowned economist Dr. Urjit Patel appointed? So, he was appointed for 3 years. Next is who assumed the charge as the interim president of BCCI in August after Roger Binney stepped down, as the age limit here is 70, right? And he just achieved the age of 70. So, Rajiv Shukla, right? He assumed the charge as the interim president of BCCI, right? After Roger Binney stepped down from the position. Next is Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, that is SMBC of Japan. They have received the approval from RBI to acquire up to how much percent paid up capital and voting rights in Yes Bank? So, they have been granted to have 24.99%. Correct? They can acquire this much share paid up share capital and voting rights in Yes Bank. Correct? And this approval is valid for 1 year. Next, in August, where did DRDO? They successfully conducted the maiden flight test of integrated air defense weapon system. So, where did they recently conducted their maiden flight test? It was in Odisha at ITR Chandipur of the coast of Odisha. This was tested. Next, ISRO. They successfully conducted the first integrated airdrop test. It was of the crew module recovery system as a part of India's first human spaceflight program, that is Gaganyaan mission in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. This is the location where this was tested. Correct? Take a note of this, students. And this system, it is basically a kind of a parachute, right, where it will be dropped and this will be tested whether the drop was up to the mark or not. Focus will be on the safe landing of the crew. Next, in August, Indian Navy, they have commissioned 2 state-of-the-art stealth frigates, that is Indian naval ship Udyagiri and INS Himgiri. They were commissioned in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Both Udyagiri and Himgiri, they are the variants of which class frigate? They are the variants of the Project 17 Shivalik class frigate. Right? Udyagiri, it is the second ship of the Project 17A, and INS Himgiri is the third variant of the Project 17A. Right? The next question can be asked that Udyagiri was developed by whom? Udyagiri, that is the second one, developed by Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, and INS Himgiri developed by GRSE, that is Garden Ridge Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. Next, mention the name of the country that launched their advanced Jupiter space camera aboard the NAOS satellite, that is National Advanced Optical System satellite, in August. So mention the name of the country. It is Israel. It is Israel. And it was launched using Falcon 9 rocket of SpaceX. Next, in August, where did India host the Asian Short Track Speed Skating Trophy 2025 for the first time, the biggest international winter sport event? So, where did India host the Asian Short Track Speed Skating Trophy event? It was held in Uttarakhand. Next, and one more thing, this was hosted by whom? Who hosted or who organized it? It was organized by India, or not hosted. Right option will be organized by whom? By Ice Skating Association of India, ISCI. Next, veteran Indian cricketer Chiteshwar Arvind Pujara, who announced his retirement from all the forms of Indian cricket in August, holds the record for 525 balls faced by an Indian in a test inning. That is the most balls faced by an Indian. Then he also represented India in 103 test matches where he scored 7,195 runs. Right? He also played 5 ODIs, one day internationals, for India. He was awarded with the Emerging Cricketer of the Year 2013 by ICC. Moving on, pick out the incorrect statement regarding Khelo India Water Sports Festival organized by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports in August month. If we look at here, we have to find the incorrect statement. All are right except option B, that is the official mascot of the event was a snow leopard. Is it so? No, it was not a snow leopard, but it was a Himalayan kingfisher. Himalayan kingfisher. And this Himalayan kingfisher, right, is the mascot here. If asked about the logo, it is a logo of a Dal Lake in which there is a shikara, right? That is the houseboat. Correct? This is the logo here. So rest all the options are rightly mentioned. And this is the inaugural edition, that means the first edition. Next, the International Chess Federation officially declared which state as the host city for FIDE World Cup scheduled in November 2025. So FIDE officially declared which state as the host city. It is Goa that was declared as the host city. Also, the biennial knockout tournament will feature 206 players, right, for a prize pool of $2 million. Next, Julian Weber, representing which country, finished first in the Diamond League of the javelin throw that was held in Zurich, Switzerland in August, where Indian Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra finished second. So it is Germany, right? Julian Weber is from Germany and he secured the first position, whereas Neeraj Chopra secured second position here with a throw of 85.01 meters. Julian Weber's throw was 91.57 meters. Next, National Space Day is observed across India on 23rd of August to honor the historic success of ISRO's which mission? It was of ISRO's Chandrayaan 3 mission and successful deployment of Pragyan rover. Correct? Take a note of this. There is a theme here also. Theme being Aryabhatta to Gaganyaan, ancient wisdom to infinite possibilities. And this year it was the second edition of this day. Then it comes National Sports Day, also known as the Rashtriya Khel Divas, annually observed on 29th of August to commemorate the birth anniversary of Dhyan Chand Singh. Right, he was a legendary Indian sports player, and to honor his birth anniversary, we observed this day as Rashtriya Khel Divas or National Sports Day. And this year it was the 14th edition of the National Sports Day that was observed. Then is your India observed the National Small Industry Day on 30th of August to recognize the pivotal role of MSMEs in economic growth, employment generation and inclusive development. In which year did Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee announce the comprehensive policy package for SSIs, that is small scale industries, during the first national conference on SSI? Right? So question asked is in which year? It was the year 2000. Right? And this year was first observed in 2001. Next, who is the chairman and chief executive officer of Edelweiss Financial Service Limited as of August 2025? So, Rashesh Shah is the chairman and chief executive officer of Edelweiss Financial Service Limited as of August 2025. Take a note of it. Moving on, in August, which two state governments agreed to carry out all future activities including plantation jointly in the disputed area belt along their intrastate border? So, it is Nagaland and Assam, right? These two states agreed to carry out all future activities including plantation jointly in the disputed area belt along their interstate border. Next, as per the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, what was the value of India's seafood exports in FY25? So India's seafood exports stood at $7.45 billion. Next, name the cricket museum that was inaugurated by Mumbai Cricket Association in August at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. So name that cricket museum. It is Sharad Pawar Cricket Museum that was inaugurated in Wankhede, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, identify the platform partnered with Canara HSBC Life Insurance Company in August to launch the EZ pension plan. It is policybazaar.com. This is the platform that is partnered with Canara HSBC Life Insurance. Next, which district administration launched Bal Mitra campaign in August to reconnect school dropout children with their formal education system? So it is Dantewada of Chhattisgarh. This is the district administration of Dantewada that has launched this Bal Mitra campaign in August, right? It is for school to reconnect the school dropout children between the age of 6 to 14 years of age with the formal education, right? Take a note of it. Also, young graduates or the college students will serve as the fellows here. Also here they will be receiving of 6,000 rupees, right? And a training to improve their leadership and communication skill. Next, mention the country that recorded over $100 billion trade with India in FY25, with India's cumulative investment exceeding $75 billion between 1996 and 2024. So it was with Africa. Next, identify the Indian off-spinner who recently announced retirement from the Indian Premier League IPL, that is Ravi Chandra Jadeja. Correct? Take a note of this, Ravi Chandra Jadeja. Next, in which city Kemp Gowda International Airport is located? It is in Bengaluru, where this Kemp Gowda International Airport is located. Next, identify the institute that concluded its Platinum Jubilee celebration on 28th of August, marking 75 years of pioneering contribution in glass and ceramic sciences. So, identify that institute. It is CSIR's Armed Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute of where it is located in Kolkata, West Bengal. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. Which of the following Indian sports bodies has re-elected Sudarshan Mittal as the president and Upkar Singh Vark as the general secretary in July 2025? So Kho Federation of India, right, has re-elected Sudarshan Mittal as the president and Upkar Singh Vark as the general secretary in the month of July. Next, in July, Sahil Kinney was appointed as the new chief executive officer of which organization, succeeding Rajesh Bansal? Right, the right option is Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, RBI Hub, and he will be succeeding Rajesh Bansal. Next, name the person elected as the Commonwealth Youth Peace Ambassador, where she will work for the Commonwealth Youth Peace Ambassador Network for the term 2025 to 2027. So Sukanya Sonowal, right, has been appointed as the Commonwealth Youth Peace Ambassador. Correct, and for the term 2025 to 2027. Next, mention the country that appointed Phumtham Wechayachai as the acting prime minister. Right, the correct option is Thailand. Next, who is the first women pilot to be inducted in the fighter stream of the naval aviation by the Indian Navy in the July month? So Astha Punia, right, became the first women pilot to be inducted into the fighter stream of the naval aviation by the Indian Navy in July. Next, in 2025 July, BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry appointed Priyanka Kakkar, the chief spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party, as the co-president of its women's wing for which term? For the term 2025 to 2027. And she has been appointed to this post due to her leadership acumen and unwavering commitment to women's empowerment. Next, Dr. Jennifer Gerling Simons became the first female president of Suriname, succeeding Chandrika Prasad Chan Santokhi. Right, take a note of this, and she will be sworn on 16th of July 2025. Next, identify the person elected as the Chief Executive Officer of the International Cricket Council in July, succeeding Geoff Aldris. So Sanjog Gupta has been elected as the CEO of ICC. And one more thing, he became the 7th Chief Executive Officer of ICC. Next, name the person who was appointed as the President and Chief Executive Officer of Bersich Morton Breck, that is BMV. This is not BMW, it is pronounced as BMV Group, right? So, name the person appointed as the President and CEO of the BMV Group in July, India, and he will be succeeding Vikram Paba. Right option is Hardeep Singh Brar. Next, identify the company that appointed Aditya Mangla as the new Chief Executive Officer of its food delivery business, succeeding Rakesh Ranjan in July 2025. Right option is Eternal Limited. Next, who was appointed to the Board of Directors of United Nations or United States India Strategic Partnership Forum in July 2025. So, Kumar Mangalam Birla, KM Birla appointed to the Board of Directors of United States India Strategic Partnership Forum. Next, which company appointed Priya Nair as their new Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director starting from 1st of August for a 5-year term, succeeding Rohit Java? Right option is Hindustan Unilever Limited. And she became the first woman to lead HUL, Hindustan Unilever Limited. Next, identify the organization that appointed R. Doraiswamy as the new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer in July. So, identify that organization. It is LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India. And he will be succeeding Satpal Bano. Next, who was appointed as the first female Director General of Railway Protection Force by ACC, succeeding Manoj Yadav. So, Sonali Mishra appointed as the first female Director General of Railway Protection Force. Next, for a period of how many years was Sanjay Kaul appointed as the MD and CEO of Gujarat International Financial Tech City, that is GIFT City in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So for how many years Sanjay Kaul appointed as the MD and CEO? So for 3 years. Next, mention the bank that appointed Raghavendra Srinivas Bhatt as the interim MD and CEO of bank, succeeding Shri Krishna Hari Hara Sharma. So which is that bank we are talking about? It is Karnataka Bank. Next, in July, the Indian Golf Premier League, India's first city-based franchise global golf league, appointed whom as the co-owner and brand ambassador? So, Yuvraj Singh, the famous cricketer. Next, identify the organization whose chairman and MD, Gurdeep Singh's tenure has been given an extension of 1 year by ACC in July. So, identify the organization. It is NTPC Limited. And if you remember, this is the organization that launched green hydrogen powered buses in Leh Ladakh. Next, in July, who was appointed as the new Prime Minister of Ukraine following former Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal's resignation? So, Yulia Anatolovna Shrivondeka, right? That is, has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of Ukraine. Next, ACC appointed Nitin Gupta as the new chairperson of which organization for a period of 3 years, succeeding Ravneet Kaur? So, ACC appointed Nitin Gupta as the chairperson of which organization? For National Financial Reporting Authority, NFRA. Next, under which article of the Indian Constitution did Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar submit his resignation to the President of India, Draupadi Murmu ma'am? So, right option is Article 67, Part A. Mention the company with which Setshore Analytics Private Limited signed an MOU to deliver end-to-end Earth observation as a service solution. So with the help of satellite here, data will be provided about Earth. So this is an Earth observation as a service. It is Dhruva Space Private Limited, right? This is the company with which Setshore Analytics Private Limited, they have signed this MOU. Next, according to Credit Rating Information Service of India Limited, that is CRISIL, what is the revised GDP growth of India for the FY26 as predicted by it in July 2025? It is 6.5%. Next, mention the state that became the third Indian state to record over 1 CR or 1 crore registered stock market investors after Maharashtra and UP, according to the latest data released by NSE in July. Which is that state after Maharashtra and UP? It is Gujarat. Next, identify the organization that signed an MOU with India Meteorological Department, IMD, to launch India's first weather derivatives. So, first weather derivative, important question, launched by whom? Launched by National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange Limited. Next is identify the airlines that signed $12.25 billion agreement with Airbus to purchase 50 aircraft, that is A321XLR aircraft, with purchase rights for additional 20 of them, marking a significant strategic shift towards creating world's first low-cost narrow-body network carrier. So identify that airline. It is AirAsia, right? And if asked about the aircraft, that is A321 XLR. Next, in July, which company unveiled their new corporate logo to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the foundation of the group? It is Yamaha Motor Company Limited, right? And this is the first time in 27 years that the company has registered their corporate or redesigned their corporate logo. Next, mention the company that signed an MOU with Care Expert Technologies Private Limited, that is a Reliance Jio-backed healthcare technology company, to develop and launch a national digital healthcare platform. Which is it? It is Telecom Egypt. Option 1 is right here. Next, identify the company that joined the FTSE for Good Index series designed to measure the performance of companies demonstrating strong environmental, social and governance practices. Which is it? It is your JSW Energy Limited. Next, in July, which of the following launched the second cohort of the Orbit program under the Atal Incubation Center T-Hub Space Tech Accelerator to support 17 space tech startups? So which is it? It is T-Hub, that is your technology hub. Next, identify the company that became the world's first publicly traded company to achieve a market capitalization of $4 trillion. It is Nvidia Corporation, right? And with this, Nvidia has surpassed Microsoft Corporation's market cap, which hold a market cap of $3.75 trillion, right? Whereas Apple stands at $3.17 trillion. Next, identify the shipping companies that announced a 10,000 crore rupees investment in the Indian shipping industry in July, marking the largest FDI in this sector. It is Introint Navigation Company and Danish and Partners Limited. This is the largest FDI in the Indian shipping sector since the government of India. They have opened 100% FDI in this shipping sector in 2005, and even 100% FDI is approved in the space sector also. Next, identify the stock exchange that was ranked 4th globally in IPO fundraising during the first half of the calendar year 25 as per the S&P Global Market Intelligence data. It is NSE, right? It is your National Stock Exchange of India. So right option 2. Next, what was the India's retail inflation measured by CPI according to the Consumer Price Index for rural, urban and combined for the month of June, released by National Statistics Office in July 2025. So what was India's retail inflation here? It stands at 2.10%. Next, India's overall trade deficit including merchandise and service, it narrowed sharply down to $3.51 billion as per the trade statistics for the first quarter of FY26 and for the month of June 2025 as released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in the July month. Next, the NABARD, they commemorated their 44th Foundation Day with the launch of several key initiatives in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. We have to find the correct option here. If we look at the options here, we can see option A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that NABARD, they have launched a Telegram channel targeting the financial inclusion among the rural and semi-urban population. Is it correct? So this is not a Telegram channel that they launched, but a WhatsApp broadcast channel was launched here, not a Telegram, WhatsApp channel. Next, identify the company that entered into a binding agreement with Alliance Group to form a 50-50 domestic reinsurance joint venture to serve the dynamic and high growth insurance sector in India. Which among the following is right? It is Jio Financial Service Limited, right? And the joint venture aims to provide and it targets the India's goal, that is to achieve insurance for all by 2047. Next, what is India's GDP growth forecast for FY25 according to the report titled Asian Development Outlook for July 2025, Slower Growth Amid Tariffs and Uncertainty. This was released by Asian Development Bank in the month of July. So it is 6.5%. Next, identify the company that estimated India's GDP forecast to be 6.3% for FY26. Which among the following is right? It is India Ratings and Research, right? Take a note of it. Then next, mention the company with which BEML Limited, they have signed an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, to work together on the co-development of advanced marine systems covering innovation, indigenous design and manufacturing under Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. It is Hindustan Shipyards Limited. Next, as per the International Monetary Fund IMF's July update for the World Economic Outlook update, that is the released by, or this question can also be asked students, that this World Economic Outlook is released by whom? It is released by IMF, that is International Monetary Fund. Question asked is, what is India's revised GDP growth projection for both FY26 and FY27? It is 6.1%. Oh, sorry, 6.4%. Right option is option 4. Next, name the company that received the approval from SEBI to launch their small and medium real estate investment trust under the name AMSA SM REIT Investment Trust. So name that company that received the approval from SEBI. It is your Aurum PropTech Limited. Next, in July, how much loan amount was guaranteed to Tripura for building infrastructure in 9 industrial areas by the Asian Development Bank? It is 975.26 crore rupees. This initiative aims to revamp the Tripura's manufacturing ecosystem by promoting inclusivity and boosting the global competitiveness. Next, mention the name of the bank that was included in the Schedule 2 of RBI Act of 1934 by RBI in July 2025. So mention the name of the bank. It is your NSDL Payments Bank Limited. Right, and with this it became the 5th payment bank in India to get the scheduled bank status after IPPB, that is your India Post Payments Bank Limited. Right, and what are other 4? One is your IPPB, then Fino Payments Bank Limited, Airtel Banks Limited, and Geo Payments Bank Limited. Next, name the platform launched by Laravel Private Limited to revolutionize the digital financial services in India, said to be India's first fully AI-powered fintech software platform. So, name the platform launched by Laravel Private Limited. It is your Next Banking. Right, and Avnesh Tiwari, the Chief Technology Officer CTO, right, has launched NXT Banking also. This is India's first fully AI powered fintech software platform that has been developed by Laravel to revolutionize the digital financial services in India. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the amalgamation process of regional rural banks initiated by the Government of India as of July 2025. So pick out the correct statement. Here all the 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, as per the July SBI research report on octennial anniversary of goods and service tax, which of the following states is not among the top 5 states accounting for nearly 50% of the total active GST taxpayers in India? So, which of the following? It is West Bengal. Next, name the unified reporting platform launched by SEBI in collaboration with NSE to simplify the compliance for stockbrokers. So, name the unified reporting platform. It is Samuhik Prativedan Manch. Right, this initiative is designed to make compliance process more streamlined, transparent and cost effective for the stockbrokers, and from 1st of August 2025 the mechanism will be introduced in a step-by-step manner. Next, which small finance bank has launched the foreign currency non-resident deposit account and explorer saving account in July, targeting the non-resident Indians and seafarers? It is Equitas Small Finance Bank. Next, identify the digital payment company that in partnership with SBI Cards and Payment Service Limited has jointly launched co-branded credit card of 2 variants with an aim to broaden the formal credit access by offering rewards to the customers on their everyday transactions. It is PhonePe. Right, and the 2 contactless credit card variants are issued both on RuPay and Visa network. Next, according to RBI's provisional data, gross NPA, that is your gross non-performing assets of public sector banks, steadily decreased to what percent in FY25? It decreased to 2.58%. Next, RBI's Financial Inclusion Index, which measures the depth and reach of financial inclusion across the country, rose by 4.3% in FY25. Next, in July, SEBI has renewed the recognition of Multi-Commodity Exchange Clearing Corporation Limited as the clearing corporation for a period of how many years? It is for a period of 3 years. Next, mention the bank with which CredX in July signed a strategic partnership to bridge the 30 lakh crore credit gap in MSME sector. Which is it? It is your Canara Bank. Next, mention the organization with which USA-based PayPal announced partnership in July to launch PayPal World, a new cross-border payment platform. Right, so mention that organization. It is NPCI, International Payment Limited, hence NIPL, that is the international subsidiary of NPCI. Next, identify the NBFC on which RBI officially withdrew the corrective action plan in July, which was initially imposed in January 2018 due to the inspection irregularities. So, identify that NBFC. Which is that NBFC we are talking about? It is Religare Finvest Limited. Next, Identify the bank that in July 2025 introduced India's first ever biometric authentication solution for electronic commerce card transactions with credit card and debit card. So identify that bank. It is your Federal Bank. Next, identify the company that received in principle authorization from RBI to operate as an online payment aggregator for cross-border transaction. That means the merchants will be allowed to trade outside, receive payments from the merchants outside India also. So identify that company we are talking about. Which is that company? It is Xflow. Next, mention the organization that signed a forward rate agreement worth $1 billion with JP Morgan Chase & Co. and Bank of America to hedge against the declining interest rates and stabilize long-term returns amid equity market volatility. So mention that organization. It is your Life Insurance Corporation of India. They have signed this FRAs worth $1 billion with JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America. Next, identify the bank with which payment service company Worldline entered into a strategic partnership to accelerate digital transformation through advanced and scalable payment solutions. So identify the bank. It is your Cosmos Cooperative Bank Limited. Next, what is the increased value in March of Digital Payment Index, that is RBI's DPI, published by RBI in July 2025. So what is the increased value of the Digital Payment Index here? It is 493.22. This is an increase of 10.7% compared to last year. On how much percent of the total growth in India's foreign financial asset during FY25 was mainly driven by higher overseas direct investment, currency and deposits and reserve assets as per India's international investment position data released by RBI in June 2025. So on how much percent of the total growth in India's financial asset during was mainly driven by higher overseas investment? It was almost 72%, right? The data further revealed that the reserve assets alone accounted for over 54% increase in Indian residents' overseas financial assets, followed by currency and deposits and direct investment in properties. Next, on the occasion of the 70th anniversary of the State Bank of India on July 1st, in which two cities did SBI inaugurated their specialized global trade finance centers? It was in Kolkata and Hyderabad. Right, and during the event, SBI has announced a solar rooftop program that will support India's renewable energy transition, and this initiative it aligns with India's commitment of achieving net zero emissions by 2070. Apart from this, SBI they have inaugurated a specialized global trade finance center in Kolkata, West Bengal and Hyderabad, Telangana. These centers they aims to enhance the bank's trade finance capabilities by streamlining the domestic and international trade transactions. Next, identify the insurance company that partnered with AU Small Finance Bank in June 2025 to distribute their life insurance products through the bank's network. So identify that insurance company. It is Life Insurance Corporation of India. Also, this collaboration supports the national vision of insurance for all by 2047 that was given by IRDAI. Next, in July, IndusInd Bank Limited, they have launched the Indy for Business platform to support which of the following businesses segment in India? It was MSME, right? This newly launched digital platform will offer all banking services across payments, loans, collection and account insights. Next, mention the organization that subscribed to 1,301.25 crore worth of non-convertible debentures issued by Aditya Birla Capital Limited in July 2025 to support renewable energy and e-mobility financing in India. So which is that organization? It is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, AIIB, right? And they have issued non-convertible debentures worth 1,301.05 crore rupees, 2.05 crore, 1,301.25 crore rupees, right? Next, mark the correct statement regarding the report released by RBI's Financial Stability in June 2025. If we look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, how much did International Finance Corporation commit to IndiGrid Trust in July for the development of India's largest 180 megawatt standalone battery energy storage system project in Gujarat? This is 460 crore rupees. This IndiGrid Trust, right? What is this? This IndiGrid Trust is basically a infrastructure investment trust in which you can invest money similar to the process that you can buy stocks and mutual fund, right? And another one is InvIT and another are REITs, real estate investment trust, correct? Next, What is the interest rate applicable for RBI's floating rate saving bonds 2020 for the period from July 1st to December 31st, 2025 with interest payable on 1st of January 2026? So what is the interest rate applicable here? The bonds are for 8.05%. Correct. Next, mention the bank that became the first UAE bank to receive in principle approval from International Financial Service Centers Authority to set up the new International Financial Service Center banking unit within GIFT City, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So mention that bank. Which is that bank we are talking about? Mashrek Bank is the bank that we are talking about. Next, what amount was approved by Green Climate Fund for Asian Development Bank led program that aims to unlock large scale public and private investment in high impact and emerging clean energy sectors in India? It is $200 million. Next, identify the company that received a certificate of registration from SEBI to operate as a stockbroker and clearing member under SEBI stockbroker regulations of 1992. It is Mobivic Securities Broking Private Limited. Next, identify the organization that launched two non-par, non-linked individual plans, that is Navjeevan Shri and Navjeevan Shri Single Premium in July 2025 to cater financial requirements of buyers and various stages of life. So identify the organization. It is Life Insurance Corporation of India. Apart from these two new offerings, LIC has launched the Critical Illness Health Rider, a non-linked individual health rider that can also be integrated to the eligible base plans, right? And it will be catering to the gig economy. Next, which bank signed an agreement with CCIL International Financial Service Centers Limited to enable real-time settlement of USD transaction, that is dollar transactions, at GIFT City in Gandhinagar, Gujarat? Right? It is Standard Chartered Bank. So it was at the GIFT City, that is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Next, mention the organization that launched in July the Universal Health Coverage Practitioners and Expert Knowledge Exchange and Resource, a regional peer-to-peer learning network, drive UHC across Asia and the Pacific region. So mention that organization. It is Asian Development Bank, ADB. Next, identify the company that in July unveiled a new index named BSE Insurance Index, derived from the constituents of BSE 1000 index. So identify the company. It is Asia Index Private Limited. The index has a base value of 1000 and this newly launched index is derived from the constituents of BSE 1000 index that are classified under the insurance sector. Next, mention the bank that partnered with Indigo Airlines to relaunch the co-branded credit card powered by Indigo Blue Chip. So mention that bank. It is Kotak Mahindra Bank, right? They partnered with Indigo Airlines to relaunch the co-branded credit card powered by Indigo Blue Chips. Next, in July, Computer Age Management Services, that is CAMS, they have launched CAMS Pay Payment Gateway, a next generation platform designed to meet the evolving needs of the businesses in India. Question asked is, CAMS Pay is developed in partnership with whom? It is developed in partnership with MyLaPay. Next, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, they committed how much amount to IIFL Home Finance Limited to enhance affordable housing finance access to economically weaker section and low income groups in India. So AIIB, they committed how much amount? It is $100 million. Next, mention the mutual fund company that has launched the BSE Power ETF and BSE Power ETF Fund of Fund in July, exclusively focused on the power sector. So it is Grow Mutual Fund. They have launched this ETF and Fund of Funds. Next, what was the monetary penalty imposed by RBI on HDFC Bank in July for non-compliance with Foreign Exchange Management Act of 1999 regulation related to FDI investment? So what was the monetary penalty imposed on by RBI on HDFC Bank? It is 4.88 lakh rupees. Next, mention the organization that launched the Venture Capital Fund Settlement Scheme in July to aid the settlement of violations of winding up provisions by migrated VCFs. So mention that organization. Which is it? It is your SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. Next, identify the financial institution in India that entered into a joint venture with Japan-based Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group in July to provide wealth management services in Japan. It is SBI Holding Incorporation. Next, RBI issued new directions allowing voluntary pledge of gold and silver as collateral for agriculture and MSMEs. Mention the category of banks to which these new directions are not applicable. It is payment banks. Right, to them it is not applicable. Next is NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. NPCI, International Payment Limited, is the branch of the international arm of NPCI, that is NIPL. They have announced the inclusion of 13 additional Indian banks into the UPI Pay Now services, which is a joint initiative between RBI and whom? It is between RBI and Monetary Authority of Singapore. So that's all for the day, students. Another question that you need to remember and that is important is mention the bank that proposed the International Financial Service Center Authority to set up an International Financial Service Center banking unit at GIFT City in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So which bank proposed this? It was proposed by CTBC Bank. This is a Taiwanese commercial bank and it has proposed to the International Financial Service Center Authority to set up a IFSC banking unit at GIFT City in Gandhinagar. They have launched Tianwen-2 spacecraft, that is a robotic probe from Shenzhen Satellite Launch Center in China, as a part of their mission to retrieve samples from which type of asteroid? It is from which type of asteroid? It is from pristine asteroid, right? This Long March 3B rocket of China carried the spacecraft which will approach this small near Earth asteroid 2016 HO3, that is 10 millions away. Right, one more thing, remember students, there has been a news recently that is circulating and that is going viral on all the social media platforms, that there is an asteroid which is considered to be a spacecraft, right, and it is the size of Manhattan. It is expected that it will be coming to the earth in November, right? So students, there is nothing such official news, but right, these are hoaxes that are circulating in the market. So don't get stressed about these things. This is just a gameplay, right? It can be a gameplay, but avoid these such type of newses and do not get scared or anything else, that right? So just ignore them. But you should know the name of that asteroid, this aircraft, this asteroid, that this is considered being as a spacecraft, right? So you should know that. Moving on, identify the organization that along with Dassault Aviation SA signed 4 production transfer agreements to manufacture the fuselage of Rafale fighter aircraft in India for both Indian market and global export. Which is that organization? It is Tata Advanced Systems Limited. Next, a team of scientists from Institute for Advanced Studies School of Nature Sciences USA discovered a new trans-Neptunian orbit located beyond the Kuiper belt in the outer region of the solar system. What is the name of this trans-Neptunian object? It is 2017 OF201. Next, mention the space center with which Andhra Pradesh government through its real-time governance society signed a 5 memorandum of understanding in June aiming to strengthen the AWARE platform. AWARE is Andhra Pradesh Weather Forecasting and Early Warning Research Center platform under the RTGS. So mention that space center with Andhra Pradesh government has partnered for this RTGS. Which is it? It is Satish Dhawan Space Center. Next, identify the company that partnered with Sordon, France to deploy Sordon's high-accuracy Horus star tracker on the company's hosted payload mission set for the launch in 2026 under Launching Expeditions for Aspiring Payloads, that is LEAP initiative. So identify that company. It is Dhruva Space Private Limited. Next, in June, Dash announced their plan to launch India's first thinking data compute satellite, an AI-powered orbiter aboard the small satellite launch vehicle of the Indian Space Research Organization by September 2025. So, which organization announced their plan? It is TM2 Space Technologies Private Limited. They have announced their plan to launch India's first thinking data compute satellite, an AI-powered orbiter using the small satellite launch vehicle of ISRO. Next, in June, Reliance Defence Limited signed a strategic cooperation agreement worth 10,000 crore rupees, that is worth $1.2 billion, with which company to produce Volcano 155mm precision guided munition systems in India. So Reliance Defence Limited, they signed this strategic cooperation agreement worth 10,000 crore rupees here. With whom? It was with Dell Defence GmbH and Co. KG, right, with this company. Next, identify the organization which signed a contract with Geological Survey of India for the construction of 2 coastal research vessels. It is GRSE, Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. Next, name the country that in June 2025 patented a technology enabling the launch of autonomous spacecraft from an orbital station set to become the world's first drone platform integrated with robotic systems for self-maintenance. Name that organization. It is, what is the name of that organization, or name that country, right, that partnered with the technology enabling launch of autonomous spacecraft? It is Russia. Next, mention the name of the vertical takeoff and landing unmanned aerial vehicle. Unmanned aerial vehicles are generally your drones only. Correct. And they have successfully trailed by Solar Defense and Aerospace Limited in Pokhran, Rajasthan in June. Mention the name of this vertical takeoff and landing unmanned aerial vehicle. It is Rudrastra. Next, identify the organization which signed a second agreement with the Innovation for Defense Excellence under Ministry of Defense to develop advanced hyperspectral and mid-wave infrared payloads for the Indian Air Force. It is Pixel. Next, in June, where did the Astronautical Society of India in association with InSpace and ISRO successfully conducted the test trials of a model rocket launcher system with a payload? It is in Kushinagar, Uttar Pradesh. Next, mention the name of the satellite that CNSA launched using the Long March 2D carrier rocket from Jiquan Satellite Launch Center to monitor the natural disaster using advanced space technology. So, mention the name of that satellite. It is Zhangheng 1-02. Next, Goa Shipyard Limited, that is a defense PSU, launched the 5th fast patrol vessel for the Indian Coast Guard in June 25 under 473 crore rupees project. Identify the indigenously built vessel. It is Achal. Right, this is the name of that indigenously built vessel. Next is mention the name of the Indian Navy ship that became India's first indigenously designed and built anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft warship inducted by Indian Navy in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh in the month of June 2025. It is Arnala. Next, mention the company that successfully conducted a launch and landing test of an experimental reusable rocket at its facility in Japan in June 2025. It is Honda R&D and Company Limited. Next, identify the company that secured a TOT, that is Transfer of Technology Agreement, worth 511 crore rupees from ISRO, enabling it to design, build and operate small satellite launch vehicles. So, which is it? It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Next, in June, Galaxy Space Solutions Private Limited, Galaxy, that is a tech startup, announced their plan for second, this is their plan for the second Earth Observation Satellite, EOS, targeting a sharp resolution of 0.5 meter and a revisit time of under 3 days. Next, mention the name of the spacecraft launched by NASA that made a significant discovery far beyond Pluto, a shell of superheated plasma dubbed as the Wall of Fire. So, name that spacecraft that made this discovery of the Wall of Fire. It is Voyager, and that too Voyager 1. Next, name the company that launched India's first fully indigenous quantum 5th generation fixed wireless access service in Hyderabad, Telangana. So, name that company. It is Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, that is BSNL. Next, mention the company with which Ministry of Defense placed an order in June for 450 Nagastra 1R loitering munitions, that are your suicide drones, to boost the Indian Army's precision strike capabilities. It is Solar Defense and Aerospace Limited, and the contract is worth 158 crore rupees. Next, who is the first Indian selected as an astronaut candidate for the space mission of USA Titan Space Industries, whose orbital mission to the Orbital Port Space Station is scheduled to launch in 2029. It is Dangeti Janvi, right? She is from Andhra Pradesh, right? And she is the first Indian selected for the TSI orbital mission for the Orbital Port Space Station scheduled to be launched in 2029. Next is Axiom Space in collaboration with NASA and SpaceX. They have launched their 4th private mission, that is Axiom 4 mission to the International Space Station. Mention the name of the spacecraft propelled into the orbit by SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket lifting the crew. So the name of that spacecraft was Grace. It was a Dragon capsule. Next, mention the name of the FPV inducted by the Indian Coast Guard at the Goa Shipyard Limited, marking a boost to the India's maritime security and indigenous shipbuilding capabilities. It is Adamya. This is the name of that FPV inducted into the Indian Navy, right? It has been delivered at the Goa Shipyard Limited. They developed this. Next, identify the name of the humanoid robot developed by Italian Institute of Technology, which became the world's first jet-propelled humanoid robot by lifting off the ground by about 50 centimeter as a breakthrough in humanoid robots. It is Iron Cub 3. This is the name of the robot. With the help of thrusters, it was able to lift into the space also. This is a game changer, students, right? It is a very big thing.